Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to present FYP about student selection model using by fuzzy logic approach. I am Muhammad Ashraf bin Mansur and my partner is Muhammad Noim bin Muhammad Rosdi. In our slide, there are introduction, literature review, methodology, implementation, result, and the last one is conclusion. Okay, we go to the first one, introduction. Background of introduction. The requirement of new student to educational institution has to be refined through various aspects to ensure that those who are selected are the best ability of the student, which is in their studies and various fields. The selection process is carried out through the evaluation of more examination results such as SPM, STBM, and STAM. The result appear to be biased. Some students who good in other talents but relatively few in their studies, we find it difficult to be selected for university because these talents are not taken seriously in admission of students to the university. So we apply the fuzzy intersection of fuzzy goals and constant concept in judgmental process, which is easier to calculate the data. Second, this concept selecting from the best concept selecting the best diploma science student in UiTM Sabah branch by Mazalan 2017 is carried out of the values SPM result, trend of past examination, student perspective on mathematics, and also the soft skill. The last one, from these four factors, we take the intersection to get the value. The fuzzy method used as part of this study because the intersection concept can give the best result. Problem statement. The selection university are based on their SPM results, so it can be unfair for some students and cases. Some of them might get poor in the SPM result, but they are excellent in other skills. It will affect in order to produce versatile student in university. Our project focus on selection for new student intake in mathematics course. By using fuzzy approach, study evaluates some factor as mentioned before. Our objective to apply fuzzy logic method for selection of student intake in mathematics course, and second, to rank the student intake in mathematics course. Scope of our study is respondent is about SPM student 2019 and pure science stream at school. The aspects we say as SPM result, trend of mathematics and additional mathematics result, perspective on student in mathematics curriculum with soft skill. The sample size is about 15 students have been selected. Significance of the study. The significance of the study, the first one, to the university to make sure the easier for the university to run the selection. For students, this project can help new students to learn a basic example of fuzzy model and it can be reference for the future research. And the others give benefit especially for university in selecting for new student intake in mathematics course who good in mathematics while having more talents in other aspects.
Okay, first let's start to literature review. Fuzzy goals and constraints. Fuzzy sets in alternative space means fuzzy goals and constraints and intersection between the goals and constraints create a fuzzy decision. A maximizing decision is known as the set of points. For education, the educational system is applied with a more improved fuzzy logic. Students can easily evaluate what is important for their future and able to measure their own performance. Help educational institutions to know how their plans for students work. Improve plans that lead to overall advancements that can be achieved by Agarwal. Next is fuzzy set theory. The technique for complex system in order to manage the sort of qualitative inaccurate data decision problems by Bellman and Elzadeh. Designed to methodically evaluate instability and doubt by providing formalized methods for managing the natural imprecision to numerous issues. For conventional methods of students' evaluation, need a modern improved evaluation method in which other factors which are impossible to consider in traditional approach. Ibrahim. Evaluated numerically by examination results along with ongoing evaluation. Simple percentage represents a final single letter grade. Linguistic terms like excellent, good, pass or fail. Next is a linguistic variable represented by a fuzzy number. Basic building blocks used to reflect vagueness and uncertainty and are fundamental concept in perception theory by Asad et al. 4 criteria selecting new students intake. For the first aspect is improve academic performance evaluation by increasing the number of attributes to achieve a high degree of reliability and accuracy. Introduce more features to achieve better results. By Anurag Rao. Student performance evaluation at school or college to remove the problems of rule explosion. A stage-wise fuzzy reasoning approach was used. Model can be constructed using a Mamdani type FIS with a 5 linguistic variable and 5 attributes. By Ashwani Kharaloid. Next is perspective of the student. In order to understand the performance issue, universities need to study how they can encourage their students to remain motivated to complete their degrees. From a student perspective, being held is not an issue but surviving to graduate. By Tinto. Next is soft skill. Incorporate fields employers highly concerned about communication, leadership, teamwork, etc. By Mrs. Jyoti Upadhyay and Dr. Mrs. Pratima Gautam. For the main focus of this research is to show the intersection of fuzzy goals and constraints to classify the new student intake for recognition purposes. For lastly, based on literature review above, this study is focused on emphasize every aspect in the selection of students, not only evaluate based on the excellence in examination but also in the trend of examination perspective on mathematics and soft skill. Fuzzy logic methods give the most efficient solution to complex problems. The concept of fuzzy logic system is simple and easily understood. Next, for methodology. For the first step is selection of respondent. Second step is data collection questionnaires. Third, convert raw data into the table. For the first 4 step is convert the data findings to membership value. For the first number is SPM results, trends of mathematics and additional mathematics result. Next, perspective on mathematics subject. Lastly, soft skill. For the fifth step is simplify data. Next is move the data into the table to the matrix form. And the last step is find the minimum and the maximum value. For the implementation, step 1, selection of respondents. 15 respondents are chosen for decision making. Respondents who are selected are SPM 2019 students. Next step is data collection questionnaire. The data collection from questionnaire by using Google Form is as a platform. In this step, the questionnaire is prepared based on 4 criteria of student selection for mathematical course. This questionnaire was answered by 15 respondents from students SPM 2019 in pure science stream. The third step for implementation is convert raw data into the table. After collect the data, convert the data into the table. For each to make the next step, the data convert into the table. This is the raw data of the questionnaire. Step 4, convert the data findings to membership values. From data in the step 3, the next step is to convert the data 2 membership values. This is the table for data that has been converted to its membership values. The next step is simplify data. In this step, get the average for three criteria which are trend of mathematics, subject result for B, perspective in mathematics for C, and soft skill for D. We get the average for each value in B, C, and D. Next step is step 6. Move the data into the table to the matrix form. After the data is simplified, the next is convert the table into the matrix for each to find the minimum and maximum. Next step is find the minimum and maximum value. We find the minimum and maximum using the equation in the methodology, which is make a comparison between each value for student 1 for every student. From the equation, the minimum value of 4S1 is 0.40. Thus, continue using the same step to find minimum for S1, S2, S4 until S15.
Alright, result. Okay, the table show data, example data of student 1. The some simple description of data of the student 1, which is objective A1 Bahasa Melayu, A2 English, A3 Mathematics, and so on until D3. And their grade in each objective A plus until ordinary member. And the last one is membership value. The grade integrate change to membership value to evaluate the data. This table show about minimum value of student 1. From the all data set, we compare the membership value in student 1 and get the very minimum membership value, which is 0.4. So here the table about description of question of student perspective and soft skill, which is C1, C2, C3 until D3. We can look the details of question of average symbol. Alright, this is the table about ranking of student selection. We can look at the first column, which is the order of ranking. It start by descending order, which is descending order. You get the height minimum value until the lowest minimum value, which is we start the first student as student 4, followed by student 13, student 14, and so on until student 5. Since the sample of is only 15 respondents, if the entry requirement for student in the higher institution in mathematics course is only 10 students, the first respondent up to the 10th respondent is only eligible in the intake of this selection. That means the student number 4 and student number 13, 14, 10 until student number 9 in the table will be selected. But then the rest respondent 11, which is student 12 and above, are considered not selected in the selection, even though the minimum value of student 9, student 11, and so on, but are same. But the system selected the data whose come first. Conclusion and recommendation. In the conclusion, we can say the student model, we use fuzzy logic approach to make improvement in student selection. In this study, we get 15 respondents from the student SPM 2019 and they are pure science stream at school who answer the question for the sample. But it can be any student selection for any course or field. The main criteria we give 4, which is SPM result, trend of mathematics, perspective of student, and the last one is soft skill. This calculation just using the Microsoft Excel 2013 is also rank the sample of student with descending order, which is the highest value of membership until the lowest value of membership in every student every student. This project can be extended by considering in other case or course. The criteria also can be improved, which is the 4 criteria I was mentioned before can be improved or can be add in according to sustainability and goals of institution of higher learning or any school. Okay, thank you for watching and listening our video. Bye. Have a good day, madam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.